Frisco Dan coming to you from somewhere in the DMZ in Columbus, Ohio, with still yet another edition of War Stories, grisly tales from crazy lives of people who market real estate. So this fella did call me, but I tell you, there was a red flag. Along the way here, when I'm qualifying, I'm saying, you've got a farm area mapped out in your head. Oh yeah, sure do. It's a big one too. He then offered, he said, I've got a big marketing budget too. That's, I'm a believer. I said, well, that's essential, because that's the way this thing works. The more you do, the proportionally the results go up. So we got all that behind us. And then I said, well, what's your marketing plan? He said, well, I don't really go in for those. I just have a business plan. In the business plan there's something about marketing, and I thought that was a little bit out of line. So we talked a little bit about it, and he convinced me that's just the way he's always done it, and that's the way it was always going to be. And I said okay, and we went ahead and got the paper rolling. I think we mailed about 70,000 pieces, if I recall right. And wow, it was gangbusters. This was the first one we ever did for him. So I called him up a few weeks later after the mail had hit the home's mailboxes, and he had time to get some calls in and track and all that. And he said in the 20-some years they had been marketing real estate and tracking it, that was one of his big pluses. He did track well. He knew where he got his leads. He said, in that whole span of my professional career, this was the #1 piece he ever did. He never got more response in a month's marketing than he did with the paper we did for him. Terrific. Okay, great. That means we got to get rolling on the next one. And he said, no, I think I'll try radio. And I went, radio. Well, that's an interesting permutation of the model, but I think you ought to think a little bit longer about what we discussed as far as direct mail works only and only if you do it consistently, month after month, to the same people or similar people. Anyway, he went ahead and did radio, and I called him a couple months later, and he said, nah, that ain't working too good anymore, so maybe we should go back to the paper, which is what we did. Over and out, Semper Fi.